You've probably heard someone say that if your dog sleeps with you, they're trying to dominate the house, that they want to be the alpha, that you're losing authority. But what if I told you that science shows exactly the opposite? Recent studies on canine behavior reveal something that will change how you see those quiet moments at night. And no, it has nothing to do with dominance. What your dog is actually telling you when they choose to sleep beside you goes much deeper than any pack rank. And understanding this can transform your relationship. Stay with me. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. The idea that dogs are constantly trying to establish dominance over their owners comes from outdated wolf studies from the 1940s. Studies by David Meck and other modern wolf researchers have completely overturned these conclusions. Wild wolf packs aren't dominance hierarchies fighting for power. They're families, parents, and offspring. The so-called alpha wolf? He's not a tyrant who fought his way to the top. He's simply the father. So when we apply this debunked logic to dogs sleeping in our beds, we're working from a foundation that modern science has already rejected. But here's where it gets interesting. If it's not about dominance, what is it about? In 2013, researchers at the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna published a groundbreaking study on canine attachment. They found that dogs form bonds with their owners that are remarkably similar to the attachment styles seen in human infants and their caregivers. This is called the secure base effect. When a dog feels attached to their person, that person becomes a source of safety, a reference point, someone they can return to when they feel uncertain. Think about it like a child in a playground. They explore, they play, but they keep glancing back at their parent. That parent isn't dominant over the child, they're safe. A 2018 study published in the journal Scientific Reports took this further. Researchers found that dogs who sleep in the same room as their owners, and particularly those who sleep on the bed, show measurably lower cortisol levels. That's the stress hormone. Lower cortisol means less stress, less anxiety, more security. So when your dog chooses to sleep beside you, they're not claiming territory. They're seeking comfort. They're saying, "You're my safe place." Now, let's get practical. Not all sleeping positions mean the same thing. Here's what researchers and behaviorists have observed. Position 1. The foot sleeper. Your dog sleeps at the foot of the bed, near your feet. This position often indicates a dog that feels connected, but also maintains a degree of independence. They want to be close, but they also want to be able to react if something happens. It's a protective position, not because they're dominating you, but because they're watching over the family. Position 2. The side-by-side curl. Your dog sleeps pressed against your side, often with their back against your body. This is intimate contact. Dogs who sleep this way are showing high levels of trust. They're exposing their vulnerable side. Their belly is often accessible. Their back is against you. They don't feel the need to watch the door. They trust you to watch it for them. Position 3. The pillow sharer. Your dog sleeps with their head on your pillow or directly beside your head. This is the highest level of attachment. Research on canine sleep patterns shows that dogs who sleep this close to their owner's face are displaying what's called reference person bonding. You're not just their owner, you're their primary attachment figure, the person they orient around. And here's what's crucial. None of these positions indicate dominance. They indicate different levels of attachment and trust. In 2019, researchers at Eötvös Loránd University in Hungary published a study that changed how we understand the dog-human bond. Eötvös Loránd University, Hungary, 2019. They found that most family dogs have a reference person, a single individual in the household they orient around most strongly. This isn't about who feeds them. It's about who they turn to for safety. The reference person is the one the dog checks in with when something unexpected happens. The one they seek out when they're stressed. The one they choose to sleep near. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Dogs with a strong reference person bond show something called secure attachment behavior. When that person is present, they're more confident. They explore more. They're more relaxed. When that person is absent, they show genuine distress. Not because they're dependent in a negative way, but because their secure base is gone. This is the same pattern seen in securely attached human children. It's not dysfunction, it's healthy bonding. So, how do you know if your dog sees you as their reference person? Here are the observable signs. Signs your dog sees you as their reference person. 1. The check-in glance. When you're in a new environment or something changes, your dog looks at you first. They're reading your reaction to know how to feel. 2. Proximity seeking. When stressed, during a thunderstorm, fireworks, or a visit to the vet, your dog actively seeks physical contact with you. Not just any person, you specifically. 3. The sleep position choice. When given multiple sleeping options, their own bed, a couch, the floor, they consistently choose to sleep near you, even if it's less comfortable. 4. Separation distress that's specific to you. If someone else watches your dog, they may be fine, but when you leave, they show stress signals. Panting, pacing, whining. 5. The greeting intensity difference. When you come home, their greeting is measurably more intense than when other family members return. Not just tail wagging, full body wiggles, vocalizations, jumping. If you recognize these signs, there's no question about your pack rank. You're not the alpha. You're something far more important. You're their safe harbor. So what should you do with this information? 1. Stop worrying about dominance. If your dog sleeps with you, you haven't lost control. You've built trust. That's not weakness. It's the foundation of a healthy relationship. 2. Notice their sleep position changes. If your dog usually sleeps pressed against you, but suddenly starts sleeping at the foot of the bed or facing the door, pay attention. This could indicate they're feeling less secure. Something in the environment may have changed. 3. Use sleep proximity as a bonding barometer. The closer your dog chooses to sleep, the stronger the attachment. If you want to strengthen your bond, don't push them away. Welcome the closeness. 4. If you have multiple dogs, notice who sleeps where. Dogs don't have a linear hierarchy, but they do have preferences. The dog that sleeps closest to you may have the strongest attachment, or may be the most anxious. Context matters. So let's go back to that question. If your dog sleeps with you, what's their pack rank? The answer isn't about rank at all. It's about trust. It's about safety. It's about being chosen as the one person your dog feels most secure beside. When your dog curls up beside you at night, they're not trying to dominate you. They're not claiming territory. They're not asserting status. They're saying, when I'm with you, I can finally relax. When I'm with you, I'm safe. That's not a pack rank. That's a bond. And that bond? It's something you've earned. Through consistency, through patience, through showing up day after day. So tonight, when your dog settles beside you, don't push them away worrying about dominance. Instead, recognize what's actually happening. You're not their alpha. You're their home. If this video changed how you see your dog's behavior, hit that like button. It helps more people find this information. And if you want to understand more about canine psychology and the science behind your dog's behavior, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.